Hello and welcome back to my channel where I teach you about what I've learned about the chemistry behind skincare. My name is Sarah and today we'll be talking all about acids in skincare. Have you heard about acids in skincare? Sounds kind of scary, right? Well, it's actually been around for many years and their benefits have been widely researched and seen. More and more people have been starting to incorporate acids as an ingredient into their skincare routine. Why? Well, they've been shown to help you achieve the previously unthinkable, such as clear acne, hyperpigmentation, clean out your pores, and even bring back the moisture into your skin. Let's start from the very basics, and then let's zoom into AHAs, which are a type of skincare acid, and learn what those tiny molecules are all about. Finally, we'll end with what you should keep in mind if you want to add acids into your skincare regimen. The first thing we want to understand is what an acid even is. There's a few definitions out there, but for our purposes, an acid molecule, when dissolved in solution, splits into two parts: the salt and the H+ ions. The more H+ ions present in the subsequent solution, the more acidic it is. Some acids are soluble in water, while others are soluble in oils. Let's talk a little bit about the history of acids in skincare. Beginning as early as 3000 BCE in ancient Egypt, exfoliation emerged as a step in skincare. Cleopatra was known to bathe in sour milk, which is actually where the AHA, lactic acid, comes from. The chemical peel, which is done in clinics by professionals, had become commonplace by the 1970s. And with the launch and popularity of P50, which is a product with the active acid phenol, in the late 1970s, acids for your skin have been brought to shelves. Today, they can be found in a variety of products, from cleansers to toners, name it, and they have it out there. Now let's get into the different types of acids that are used in skincare. They fall under three broad categories: AHA, BHA, and PHA. AHAs, or alpha hydroxy acids, are water soluble. This is because they contain a hydroxyl group and a carboxyl group. Hydroxyl groups, which have the molecular formula HO, are hydrophilic, or in other words, water soluble, due to oxygen's high electronegativity, which pulls the hydrogen in water molecules. Carboxyl groups with the molecular formula COOH are able to release an H+ ion to form a COO- group, which makes it hydrophilic or water soluble. Some popular AHA acids include glycolic acid, which is found in sugarcane, and lactic acid, which is found in milk, although many AHAs are actually found in fruit. The next type of acid is called BHAs, or beta hydroxy acids. Unlike AHAs, these are oil soluble. This, combined with their smaller molecular size, allows them to go really deep into pores and bind to the oil in your pores. A common one is salicylic acid, which is found in willow tree bark. Finally, we have PHAs, or polyhydroxy acid. These are the most gentle of the three types of skincare acids. This is because the molecule size is the largest, so they can't penetrate as deep into the skin as the other two. Generally, this is recommended for someone who has sensitive or dry skin, while BHAs are recommended for someone who has more oily skin. AHAs fall somewhere in the middle, although each specific acid is different in its own way. Now that we've learned about some acids that are in skincare, let's see why we even use them. The skin is made up of three layers. On the top, we have the epidermis, which is waterproof so that you don't blow up like a sponge in the shower. Within the epidermis is something called a stratum corneum, which is a layer of overlapping skin cells which are glued together with fatty acids. Next, we have the dermis, which is the middle layer of the skin. This is where elastin, collagen, connective tissue, blood vessels, hair follicles, and sweat glands reside. And finally, we have the bottom layer of the skin, which is called the hypodermis. It comprises of fat and connective tissue. Well, naturally, your skin undergoes a process called skin cell turnover, which is how your skin constantly produces new cells and sheds old ones. Skin cell turnover process helps your body rid itself of damage. On average, it takes a person 40 to 55 days for a full cycle of skin cell turnover. And a ton of factors affect the rate at which this happens, such as your sleep, your diet, your sun exposure, and as you get older, the rate at which your skin cells turn over lengthens. And as more dead skin cells build up, you can get problems like acne, blackheads, whiteheads, and more. So, skincare acids are employed to aid this process of skin cell turnover. The effects of this are visible, clearer, and more evenly pigmented skin. Now let's dive into how acids enter your skin. How deep they go into your skin depends on its molecular size. For example, hyaluronic acid, vitamin C, and vitamin E molecules are super duper small, so they easily go through the epidermis. Something that can help products with both AHAs and BHAs go through the skin is called an emulsifier. There's also something called penetration enhancers, which helps the acids go through the stratus corneum within the epidermis, since it's water repellent. Once it penetrates through the epidermis, the acid then goes to work within the skin cells. Let's take a look at a few AHAs, citric, malic, and glycolic acid, and how they aid in the skin cell turnover process. In the case of citric acid, it interacts with cells by activating enzymes within the cell that are responsible for programmed cell death or apoptosis. Regarding malic acid, it induces stress on the endoplasmic reticulum, which triggers a chain reaction and also eventually leads to apoptosis. Glycolic acid functions slightly differently. Instead of working within the cell and causing cell death, it actually interacts with the bonds between the skin cells and encourages them to fall off by either inducing apoptosis in live cells or breaking the bonds between dead cells. The skin is triggered to repair itself, which in turn increases your skin cell turnover. Now, the effectiveness of skincare acids is dependent on pH or acidity, the concentration of the acid in the product, and the exposure time or how long you leave it on the skin. Here's some things to keep in mind if you want to introduce an acid into your skincare routine. Once you've found an acid that you know will work well with your skin type, you'll want to slowly introduce the product into your routine. Start from maybe once a week or every other week and work your way up to no more than the recommended amount for the product. Usually, upon first introducing an acid into your routine, people will experience something called purging, which is a period of breakouts where your skin seemingly gets worse before it actually gets better. This is normal and can last up to 6 weeks. Here's 3 of my personal don'ts for acids. Don't use it when you're pregnant, don't leave them on for longer than the intended amount of time set on the product, and don't ever mix different acids. If you're experienced, however, you can use one acid in the AM and another one in the PM, but you can never use them within the same routine at the same time. That's all from me today. I hope you learned a little bit more about different acids in skincare, how they work within the skin, and some tips on how to use them if you want to try it out for yourself. I'll see you in the next video.